my fellow nerds, it's Cece here, and today we'll be talking about art fight! More importantly, how my art fight has been going, this year. Uh, it's been an interesting art fight year, I can put it like that. So, I was really excited for art fight this year. I went ahead early before the event even began, and I put like let's see, how many new characters up? Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I want to say 7 new characters up. uh, and I still have more that I want to add. Oh. Yeah. And I'll show like the icons for the 7 different characters now on screen. I gotten so excited like making the new icons. For some of them I had to make new refs cuz their refs were like at least a few years old at this point. And then some of them I didn't make refs for at all, and I just slapped on like a colored sketch page I did of the characters. But yeah, so I got really excited, slapped together all of that, and then I got to work on the first few attacks I did, which were mostly revenges on other people. Cause I think because of how many characters I uploaded, I got a lot of attention by a lot of different people immediately, and so I had like a stack of like 3 or 4 attacks just waiting for me the second art fight actually began. I don't think they prepared it ahead of time. I do want to make that clear because I know that's against the rules for them to make art ahead of time. I don't think they did that. I'm just saying they probably had had some of my characters bookmarked and then quickly made art for me on the first day. And that's how I immediately got hit with like 4 attacks at once. It was a exciting but hectic first day. I'll give it that. Oh yeah. Also, the speed paint was of the very first attack of the year. The character you're watching me draw on screen is Avery. They are a character that Purple Maca. I hope I'm saying that name right. Purple Maca made. Yeah, because Purple Maca was also the first person to attack me on Art Fight this year. So, yeah. So yeah. Immediately I got off on this big good start because I was like, okay, this year I want to go all out with Art Fight. I want to do a whole bunch of drawings as much as physically possible each day. And then, because of how much effort, like how much I was making art and also how much like high quality effort I was putting into it, my wrist eventually just said no. So for a bit there was this awkward point where I wanted to do more art fight stuff. But I didn't feel like I reasonably could because it would probably not be good for my wrist. I was initially worried like, oh, maybe is this like a new thing that's like flaring up and I should like get it checked out or something. Because I was worried about it because usually when like my wrist gets sore, I can just like wait a day or not wait a day, but like wait a certain amount of time, it'll go away and then I can continue drawing. And while that's still applied, hi Layla. I don't know if you heard my mom. Also, Layla's the name of my cat. Hi Layla. Hi baby girl. Hi baby. I was also worried about you, but I'm glad you seem to be doing good. Hello. That was not what I was expecting while I'm recording this audio. But that's okay. Little kitty cat can join my little art fight discussion. I was so eager, and I something I wanted to do this art fight in addition to drawing as much as I could was I wanted to do a thing where if anyone gave me art, I was going to make them art back, no matter how many times I had made them art previously. That was another thing that I set for myself in the beginning. I was like, okay, this year I'm going all out. Let's go. And then, yeah, no, my wrist did not like that. So, that's why I put up a notice of like, oh, I'm going to be slow for a bit on the art stuff because of that. And as I mentioned earlier, I was initially worried that it was like, oh, am I getting like carpal tunnel or something like that? Now I've come to realize I think it was probably just me being sore from how much I was using it and for how long I was using it in the day. And I guess the other reason I jumped to the conclusion of, oh, maybe carpal tunnel was because I was still taking breaks. Like you can see, I took a food break here. I was still taking a fair amount of breaks during the first few days, but I think even still with the breaks I was taking, I wasn't giving it like enough time to make my wrists not get sore like that. But thankfully, I think it was just like a thing of overuse making it sore and not like a carpal tunnel thing. Although I know that is a cause of carpal tunnel is repeatedly doing the thing. But I don't think it is. I don't think it is carpal tunnel or anything like that. And a thing that helped me realize that it was probably just overuse was because towards like the beginning of this month, I did get a job that required me to use my hands a lot, or more specifically, I ended up using my non-drawing hand, my left hand, a lot, and then that hand got really sore from just work, and I realized, oh, I don't think this is specifically just like a carpal tunnel thing. I think it is just like overuse. And that I should try to practice better, like better stuff, taking actual better breaks. Try to limit how much I'm doing with one hand and in one way. So this is also a good lesson, though. If you are drawing, remember to take breaks. Do little hand stretches for your wrist. Get water, do all that, because otherwise you will hurt your wrist and you will not be happy because then you won't be able to draw. I know, because that's how I felt after like the first week of art fight. That being said, I still do really want to do more art fight stuff. I just have to definitely limit it more than I was initially wanting to. Because, as I said earlier, I wanted to go all in this summer for art fight, but my body said no. Yeah. And then I do feel bad because I did kind of, like, because I took that kind of break for my wrist, I also thought, oh, maybe traditional art would be easier for my wrist than the digital stuff. So for a few of for the next two, I did like traditional pieces, and then I feel bad because one, I realized that doing the like rendering with colored pencils by hand, yeah, no, that's a lot more work than digital coloring. That's a lot more work. That hurt my wrist more. And also, it made me feel bad because, like, the last attack I got before I put up the notice about my wrist was this one that I really enjoyed by JaneJoan. I've put all the attacks that I have made and all the attacks that I have received at the end of the video. Yeah, but that one in particular I really liked, and I felt bad because it was around that time, shortly after I received that one, that my wrist started being really crummy, and I couldn't go full in on it like I wanted to, because God, that deserved such a better art thing than I gave. Oh, and I feel bad. But maybe next summer, or when I get back around to doing more attacks this summer, I'll do a better one, maybe. Yeah. So wow, this is a long food break. I forgot I forgot that, like, so the actual, like, long real time that is being elapsed is like 2 hours of drawing for this one drawing, but like also a solid half an hour is dedicated like solely to that food break. So literally a fourth of it in the recording time is just me eating food. But that's okay. Yeah. As I may have hinted at, but I don't know if I outright said, I do still want to continue making art fight stuff and participating in art fight this year. I do still want to do that, but I kind of have to balance it out between my new job and also making sure I'm taking proper breaks, because I want to keep my wrists nice and healthy. Plus, I also want to balance it out with my comic stuff I want to work on, because I still have that in the background. My comic I've worked so long and hard on. So there is that. Yeah, I guess while I'm thinking about it, I will mention some of my other art friends who have art fight stuff that you can go check out. One of them you're gonna see some examples of their work. My friend IcedNebula, or as I call them, Nebby! Nebby! They are my online bestie. So if you go give them lots of love, send them lots of art. They got, how many characters do they have? I actually don't know how many they have up on Artfight. They have 6 times 3, 18. It took me a minute. Had me like, what's 6 times 3? Yeah, and I love their designs of characters so much. Like, it's just so good. They're so good. Give them lots of love. Another person I would like to shout out, since I have a lot of time left in the video and did not realize how long this food break is taking in the video. Let's see. There is also Roojdood. Roojdood, also known as Nox or Ven. They are also a good friend of mine. They are on my list of people to art fight attack. I think they're like, yeah, they're literally like the next person in the order after I finish giving people revenge attacks. they're lovely. Go check them out. I love all of their characters as well. My character, Nova, is, a D&D character for the, campaign that, Ven hosts. So, yeah, that's another reason to go check them out. Give them lots of loves and attacks, too. And then, there's also, Swoonamifishy I can shout out. Yeah. Give all of my friends lots of love. Oh yeah. Because I don't think I have I don't know if I've mentioned this yet, but I am going to link all of the people whose art you see in this video, who I just mentioned at all of their socials will be linked in the description below. And you may go check them out, give them lots of love. As I have said like 5 times in a row now, love, destroy them with it. All of them. Because everyone who is wonderful, and they are all wonderful, deserve good things, lots of love and art. Because they are good people. And, now I'm just trying to think of stuff left to say. Now I'm just thinking about stuff I want to say, huh? Let's see. Let's check out how the points are for both of the teams this year. Looks like they're actually pretty neck and neck this year. Yeah, the only thing is that Wither is in the lead by like 60,000 points, which is actually not a lot. It's surprisingly neck and neck, actually. Although every time I have looked, I believe Wither has consistently been in the lead. But nevertheless, that's pretty cool that it's been like so 50-50 and like relatively even this year. I remember, what year was it? Like Sugar and Spice. It was just like not even remotely close. Like Spice had it by like a long shot, I believe. Although I believe that was like the hectic year that everyone who participated in that year was like, oh god, this is this is an art fight, that is for sure. I don't remember actually participating that much in that art fight, surprisingly, despite the fact that was, I believe, 2020's art fight. Yeah, I only really made 3 drawings that summer. So that's something. What's the most amount of like art you've made in one art fight summer? Like for one event, what is the most that you have made? I think my record was from Dream versus Nightmare, I think. No, not Dream versus Nightmare. Steam versus Cyberpunk, last year's. Yeah. Cause I drew like, let's see, is that 11 pictures. This year so far I've drawn 7, so I'm not that far off from beating my my like personal best. I just have to draw more. It's also been a minute since I've done like an animated attack. I think I've only ever done like an animated attack like once. And And I think it's for a character that's hidden now, I think. I want to say he got hidden at least. Oh wait, no, it would be, sorry. I was scrolling through, like, the site trying to find, the attack. Yeah. There it is. Yeah, that is a hidden character now. That was back from Coffee versus Tea. Yeah, I was on Team Tea. I have been doing art fights since Sun versus Moon, and I was on Team Moon, Team Tea, Team Dream, Team Sugar, Team Cyberpunk, and now Team Wither. But I have good feeling about Team Wither. I've been on a little bit of a losing streak for a bit. But now we are a bit back to what I'm hoping will break the fail losing streak here with Team Wither. That being said, though, it's perfectly okay if Team Bloom wins again, because, you know, because I've never super cared about the competitive part of this. I've just liked it for the fun aspect of making art and then receiving art in return, you know? It's just fun. Well, fun until you do something stupid, like draw, like, for a week straight. Which I think is probably what I did in order to make my wrist hurt as bad as it did. So, yeah, you know, in hindsight, that makes a little bit more sense as to why my wrist hurt as much as it did. Another thing that also didn't help was that my office chair was, like, at a position where, like, I could not comfortably reach, like, my mouse or my like, keyboard. So, that definitely didn't help my wrist either. Yeah. I've still had a great time with art fights so far. I've been loving seeing what everybody else makes, seeing all the things I make. It's been good. And I hope you all have been having a good time with art fight stuff too. I have a feeling that this year people are really enjoying it. Like, you can kind of tell that people are having, like, a good time this art fight. And that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad that it's a good art fight time this time. That's not to say that it's ever been a bad art fight. I don't say there's probably only one art fight that I consider a kind of bad art fight, and that was, like, probably Sugar versus Spice. But, like, outside of Sugar versus Spice, there hasn't really been a bad art fight in my eyes. Outside of Sugar and Spice. Yeah. I mean, obviously there is also the whole thing at the start of art fight where, like, the site crashes every time. But while that is annoying on, like, the first day, if anything, I'm kind of glad that happens each time, because it's kind of become, like, a tradition at this point. Like, if art fight doesn't crash on, like, the first day, is it really an art fight? Like, really? Is it? Plus, what you can do, if you want to do art in the time, like, at the very beginning, between the time that the site comes back up from the first initial crash and the time that, like the event officially begins, so you can start doing art and have that officially be counted. Something you could do is prepare beforehand and pick out like the specific pieces that you want to, like characters you want to draw, save their refs, and then when the site's being all crashy, you can prepare the art when the time is officially started, and then submit it after when the site's working to its best of abilities. Yeah, oh. I have received a text. Okay, I will address this text not now, because I am recording a video. That would be unprofessional of me. Although, to be fair, these first videos are probably going to be a little on the unprofessional side, because I am not used to doing this yet. Because I'm definitely a bit out of practice with content creation stuff. Because I used to stream, and I still want to stream more. I really need to get back into streaming. It's just that finding the time to set it all up and actually do it, I just forget to do it. Yeah. And then there was more I was going to comment on that, but the drawing's done. So now I need to talk about all the different people and their characters and stuff. So we have Purple Maca, who's drawing, and you saw earlier. Then currently on screen, there was, oh boy, I made these go by way too fast. Well, good thing I put text telling you whose characters there are on screen and who did the art pieces. JaneJoan's character. I hope I said that right. Joan? Yeah. I hope I've been pronouncing all of these names right. Yeah. So you could see all the different art by all the different people. And it's just nice, isn't it? You know? Phone, stop giving me texts, challenge. Yeah, see, there's the really good piece that I wanted to make a really good attack to in response. The art by JaneJoan. But I just couldn't. Also, look at this one. The one by Nebby. Nebby's drawing slowly drove them to a little crazy because they were talking about how they were living in a society due to a cat boy, and that was funny when I when I was on Discord VC with them as they were drawing the picture for me. Yeah, that's the end of the video. Wow, there was that really long period where I had nothing to say, and then when I had an opportunity to say more, it went by way too fast. Oh well, this is the one and only take I'm doing. See ya.